Now we're working on some videos that have to do with merging, right? Our self-love, discovery, and discipline, and understanding that these are the foundations of who we are. And if we would like to keep pushing forward in life and keep meeting our goals, then we have to continually do this. And what's great about being human is we get to discover ourselves all the time. And I think we're different people in different decades. And because of that, where we are, we get to continually use self-love on ourselves and discipline to continue down that path where we want to be. So I think that makes life really exciting. Maybe not everybody feels that way, but I sure do. So what's an area where we can merge these three topics for us? Well, it's fitness and health. And how can we do this? Well, we could, with self-discovery, we are going to want to know what type of movement do we enjoy, right? So if our goals are to work out or just continue to have basic movement, because sometimes that does deteriorate the older we get, what movement do we enjoy, right? Is it yoga? Is it walking? Is it running? Is it weightlifting? Is it jujitsu? There's so many types of movement we can do that we can pick and choose and just stick with what we like. And of course, if that changes over time, then we can modify that and change that as well. And then we can discover what foods make us feel best. So if we really think of food as fuel for our bodies to help us move, to help us have the energy to get up in the during the day, or to continue to go out throughout the day, we really need to be choosing those foods that work well with our body and not the foods that don't work well. And I think along with that is like the times of days that we eat and maybe the meal size that we eat, just really what works for us and what doesn't. And if we continue to eat with the ways it doesn't work for us, why are we doing this? I think that's really important to understand, because a lot of body dysmorphia comes from perhaps our childhood or watching, our eating habits, watching our parents and what they say, not only just what they eat. So those are really important to help discover these two things for us. Another one is with self-love. You just need to accept your body for where it's at the moment. And you have to commit to making it stronger. So we may not be our ideal weight or have our ideal muscle tone, or be where we want to be, when we go work out at the gym. Maybe we're not doing all the reps we want to do, or running how far we want to run. But the importance to that is just accepting where we are. We might have some physical limitations. Maybe we have some mental limitations at the moment, and those are okay. But if we really beat up on ourselves, then how hard is it going to be to continue to move forward and commit to making us stronger as a human being? And think about it, if somebody were to come to you, a family member or a friend or a coworker, and they're complaining about where they're at, would you not praise them and tell them, hey, you've been doing all these things? So we should really be doing that for ourselves, taking kind of a step back, evaluating, accepting us, and then making a plan for where we want to be, and that we're going to commit to that every day, or 3 days out of the week, or 5 days out of the week, and continue on that path even when we don't want to, because that happens a lot, right? And the last thing for fitness and health we can do is we can stick to a workout schedule and avoid unhealthy habits. So this is really important. I think I talked about one of these unhealthy habits is if you do want to work out, in the morning or in the evening, and you have some coworkers that have invited you out for a drink the night before, that's really great if you are able to control perhaps your drinking, or what you're going to consume while you are drinking. But let's say you can't do that and you have this workout goal. Well, if going out in the evenings is going to detour you from that workout goal, you may not want to do it. So once a week, when you're setting your intentions for the week, you might want to look at your unhealthy habits that you do have and say, okay, I'm going to stay away from these habits this week, and I'm going to work on these better healthy habits for myself so I can improve myself. It really is almost a day-to-day for a lot of us because we get tired. We put our energy in other things besides ourselves when we should be putting it in us. We get detoured. We start getting doubts in our head. Those are all so normal. We just need to have some stuff in place, like our weekly recaps and our intentions, and then our schedules, and we just really got to stick with those, and we have to discover what works well for us and what doesn't, because you don't want to compare yourself to somebody else who works out 6 days out of the week. Maybe their bodies can handle that, whereas yours may only handle a 3 days out of the week intense workout and maybe 2 less intense days of workouts. So here comes our comment section, right? I would love to get the conversation started and understand, are you guys out there doing this? Are you already working on your fitness and health through merging love, discovery, and discipline? And maybe you don't even realize that. Or are you struggling, and do you need some tips from some people, or maybe just some encouragement? Drop a comment below. Love to get the conversation started.